Alright, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And today I'm here with more of a moneymaker for low levels. Now, I've had these requests for a while, but I never really knew what exactly I wanted to go ahead and make this video on. And now I've kind of realized what would be, in my idea, one of the more obscure but very good money making methods for lower level players. Basically, this doesn't require a whole lot as far as your account goes. Like, it's relatively minuscule, and the requirements as far as gear goes and just overall setup is really low, and the profit is decent for low levels, that is. So let's go ahead and start off by kind of telling you guys the requirements that you guys are going to need. And the only thing that you are going to need to be able to complete Jungle Potion is Druidic Rituals, which is one of the easiest quests in the game, along with the level 3 Herb Lore, which you end up getting from Druidic Rituals. On top of that, you have to kill a level 53 and a 43, however, with safe spots, and you could do that at a relatively low level with food. So this is probably like one of the lowest requirement moneymakers in the game. Probably you could be around 30 to 40 combat. But with that said, let's go ahead and start this up. So what we're going to be doing today will be around Tai Boy Wanai. I don't know if that's exactly how you say it, but I tried my best, and you gotta appreciate that. So if you can, go ahead and use one of these teleports to get here. If not, find your way down to here somewhere. However you manage to do that, whether that's using the fairy rings, using the Brimhaven house teleport, or running to Camelot, then using the charter ship and running all the way down. So from here, what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and go to the northeast. Upon arriving here, you'll see someone called Mercury. You're going to want to talk to him. Go ahead and say, is there anything interesting for me to do around here? Then the first option, do I get anything from doing this? And then say, okay, thanks. For instance, the light jungle, as I said earlier, has a requirement of 10 wood cutting. It also gives you 32 experience upon completing. Medium is a requirement of 20, and the dense is a requirement of 35. So go ahead and find your free world, and that is what I'm going to do right now. So as far as the inventory goes, basically what you're going to want to go ahead and bring is a machete, a pickaxe of any sort that you are able to use, a spade, some anti-poison potions. I chose antidote as they are relatively cheap and last a while, a teleport to wherever you want to go afterwards, and just some food along with armor to go ahead and kill any monsters that appear to pop out. Brooded victims, however, for most low levels, I'd recommend just to run away. As you guys can see here, they drain your stats and are relatively annoying. But for the snakes and spiders that hop out in between, they are pretty easy to kill and allows you to continue going ahead with chopping down your bush. So all you're going to want to go ahead and do is find a light jungle bush and then just go ahead and start hacking away at it with your machete and axe. And obviously, you need to be holding the machete to go ahead and start hacking. You will progressively start to take the bush down, as you guys can see here, and you'll take it eventually to its entire core. One thing that you will have to do along the way, though, is empty out any spars that you go ahead and get in your inventory. And so this took me about 40 seconds to do, which was take down one of these light bushes. The way that this works is basically whenever you go ahead and take these down, there is a possibility that a gout tuber will appear. So if it takes about 40 seconds to go ahead and take one of these down, that means that in an entire hour, you would be able to hack down around 90 of these bushes. Now with that said, a gout tuber has a 1% chance of spawning here. A gout tuber is an item that is worth 1 mil currently in game. For some reason, its price has spiked a lot in the last couple months. It usually was typically around 5 to 600k and now has reached a price of 1 mil. So basically all you're going to want to do is just sit here and just go ahead and chop these down. They're relatively easy and really AFK to do. Whenever something jumps out at you, just go ahead and kill it. Pretty decent. I would say even with killing things and whatnot, it probably is more around of a minute per bush. And with that said, a minute per bush, you can still do 60 an hour, which means that to hit the 1 in 100 drop rate, it would take you about an hour and 40 minutes to go ahead and make yourself 1 mil. So as you guys can see here, this is an example of when something hop out at you, just a small mosquito, or I guess a large mosquito, but relatively small in game. And with that said, I'm going to test how many of these I'm able to hack down within 1 hour, as I'm getting favor currently, and I'm going to see what the approximate GP per hour is with gout tubers. So one of the things that you guys can also see instead of getting a gout tuber would be one of these gem rocks. Now that's why you brought your pickaxe, so whenever this happens, just go ahead and mine the gem rock. The same thing will happen whenever you get a gout tuber. It will just appear right there, and all you have to do is just go ahead and use your spade on it and dig it up. However, in this instance, you get some gems, so go ahead and just dig up whatever you're able to get. Whatever is worth keeping to you, go ahead and keep, and yeah, I mean, relatively simple stuff. If you ever do run into a case where you have one of these Brutu victims that comes out of the bushes, you may as well just hop because the time spent to kill it isn't worth it in the end. And also on top of that, they do lower your stats, which is a bit annoying, and relatively are just insanely hard to deal with for some reason. I don't know why Jagex decided to make it that way, but they did, so just go ahead and hop worlds and you should be good to go. So there we go, a little while later. It's probably been about 40 minutes, and basically what I was able to find was that in 40 minutes I was averaging around 40 bushes, which comes out at about 1 a minute. Assuming you're lower level, and maybe if woodcutting actually affects this, you may be getting somewhere around 50. Worst comes to worst though, you'll be getting a gout tuber on average once every hour and 40 minutes to once every 2 hours, which makes this money making method pretty much 500 to 600k per hour, and if you get lucky it can obviously be more, or if you're unlucky it can be less. So with that said, that'll be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It is definitely a little bit obscure, but with the current prices, I mean, it's hard to go wrong doing it, I guess. It's just really AFK, you can really just kind of hang out. And if you're low level, you could sit here for about 4 hours and get yourself a bond. So, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with that, I wouldn't say. But with that said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Anything you guys want to tell me, go ahead and comment that down below. If you guys really enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe and check out the Twitter in the description. But that'll be it for me today. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.